Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Team Fortress TV. My name is Ryushi, and joining me tonight is going to be TurboTabs. Welcome, TurboTabs.
Hello. Hello, Internet. It's nice to see you again.
Yes. I've broken you up from your normal casting partner of Feeling, because I think you've done like a couple in a row with him now.
Yeah,
I've split you up.
Yeah, I'm going too attached to that guy. I'm going to miss him.
Yes, but we are coming to you live with Sim on camera tonight to cast a Div 1 game. So trying to spread the coverage a little bit more, not just Prem. We're not all about Prem this season, because Div 1 it looks pretty damn interesting as well. So Turbo, try and let's introduce the teams that are going to be playing tonight.
No problem. Now I'm going to introduce my favourite team, a team very close to my heart, Team Colonslash. A team that I was actually part of for quite a long time, up until a little, I guess, roster changes up and whatnot. Anywho, the rosters are Ramagan on Medic, Sparrowtrap on Demoman, Kratos on Pocket Soldier, Lippy on Roaming Soldier, and Flash and Ed on Scouts.
Yeah, and over on the other side, we're going to be, which is on blue at the moment, as we're going to be playing Gullywash first, is going to be Animate eSports. Led by, as ever, Fragmented. I think they've been playing... Well, Fragmented's been leading this team through various roster iterations for a long time.
Yep.
Can I say a long time? I think it's a long time.
Oh, yeah, man. He's just... he has the gift of the gab. He just manages to convince people to keep playing TF2 and just maybe drop down into a slightly lower div and carry on playing. He's still got such players as like Walker playing at this point. So... Yeah. Very talented guy.
Yeah, but if we run through his roster, we're going to have Fragmented himself playing Medic. Their usual demo man, Walker, is not going to be able to make it tonight, so they've got a merc in the form of Dr. Phil, the Danish superstar. Their soldiers are going to be Torsen and Ryder. I'm not quite sure who pockets for them. I think it's Torsen, though.
Yep.
And their scouts are going to be the duo of Winko and Nuki. Nuki, from his brief stint in GG Roleplayed Pro before they folded, has now moved back down to Division 1 and joined Animate. And I think it should be a pretty good matchup. TC obviously made Prem playoffs, but then they lost that after one of their players got banned off ETF2L due to not handing in his demos. So they suddenly found themselves 5v6 and had to get a backup in pretty quickly.
Yeah, and they've had quite a lot of roster changes throughout all of that as well. Briefly, AMS was on that team, but he quickly, I guess,
found a better offer.
Yeah, leapfrogged from that team straight onto Zeverside's team. Yeah, that guy only has one goal in mind, so he kind of left his team in the dust. But luckily, Kratos stepped up and filled his position. He's doing an okay job, I think, so far. Has his moments.
Yeah. Well, I did just hear one team ready up, so I think we'll be going live soon. But yeah, just a quick, give me your prediction for this map, TurboTabs.
Oh, I'm going to go TC all the way, man. In Ramagan we trust. I heard he rules that team with an iron fist, and I think he will just rule this game with an iron fist as well. I'm going to predict 5-2 to TC.
That's confident. TC obviously come down from Premiership playoffs. They should be doing pretty good, but not so good results so far. So I think I'm going to have to oppose you here and pick up Animate to win. I think it's going to be a little bit closer than you say. Going to be a 4-3 victory for Animate here on Gullywash.
What do you think about Dr. Phil coming in place of Walker this evening?
Well, I haven't ever seen Walker play demo, to be honest. I've only ever seen him play Medic, so I've no idea how he plays. I know Phil is a very strong defensive passive demo man, though. Rollouts aren't particularly the fastest, his jumps aren't particularly good, but he's very good at area denial. So I would say with some, if they got some good aggression out of the rest of the players, and then they just play off Phil's passiveness, I think Animate could definitely do well here, even though Phil is a merc.
Yeah, maybe slap Phil on more that pocketing demo sort of role, and leave Torsen, give him a little bit longer leash, as I think we're going live here.
Yeah, we are. So if you've just joined us, guys, this is Team Fortress TV. I'm Ryushi. Joining me as TurboTabs. On camera is Sim. This is a week 3 ETF2L Division 1 match between TC and Animate eSports. And we're watching Sparrowtrap get to mid first, put some good damage out onto the flank. And then the combo of Animate. But Lippy's actually going to be the first frag as he gets destroyed. Ryder jumps in to do some good aggression onto the combo. Doesn't really get much done though. And now Kratos jumps in straight onto Tortoise on the low ground. TC losing 3 players, but are they going to be able to stay in? Animate have got some good positioning, and now, yes, Spydrop's going to be down. Ramagan's running for his life away onto second. Doesn't look like anyone's going to be chasing him. He does have Ed with him to support, and Animate are just going to be comfortable to cap out that point.
Yeah, the story of that middle there was Lippy just went down almost in the first few seconds of the mid, and this just allowed the scouts from... actually, we've got a fight going off quickly here in the lobby area. It's just Ed gets taken out, exchanged, almost traded with Dr. Phil there, which is quite a good trade if you ask me, as now they're going to try and push in from this choke with the Uber, but no, actually all the spam coming out from Animate just forcing them out here. Yeah, I just saw like the team's like marked up as TC and they're just trying to throw me off as they are trying to push in through here. The first Uber comes out from Fragmented though, counter Uber comes out from Ramagan. We'll see, they're just having a very deadly staring contest right now. We'll see if they can have something happen right after these Ubers. But no, both Devilmen doing a good job of just keeping each other's team out of this fight. And now Torsten's going for it right now. He's just barreling straight through there, see if he can get a pick onto Ramagan, but he manages to just die himself. They do pick off Kratos though, so it's just pocket for pocket right now.
Yeah, Kratos saw that his medic was going to be fine, jumped straight into that choke, but ran into the stickies of Dr. Phil there. So, I mean, a good trade in Kratos' opinion. He didn't get anything done, but it was clever for him to immediately decide that he was going to go in and get aggressive, see if he could get anything done. But now Animate look like they want to push in from the big doors, and they're calling that they're fully charged. They actually have a bit of a disadvantage here, and if Animate get too aggressive, this could be a big disadvantage for them. But no, they do back off. They're not going to try and get in anywhere, really. Yeah, just comfortable to stalemate this a little bit more.
Yeah, you can see TC's efficiency kind of peeking through here. They did build that Uber a lot quicker than Fragmented did, even though he was the first one to fire off his Uber, and it should mean that he should get his Uber like up sooner as well, as they actually push in from choke here, almost for free. Kratos tries to respond to this, seeing if he can force the medic outright, and this is what happens here. Both Ubers get exchanged, but teams are just trying to get out. The TC just realised they're in a horrible positions right now. They just need to give up second, just purely based on the position. Maybe they could try and re-push in with Sparrow Trap right now, but it's too late. Animate eSports have already locked off some of the entrances. Can't really push out and defend.
Yeah, some great rotations there from Animate. They peeked at choke, forced the rotation from the TC combo, and then went straight back into the choke, and actually got in for free there. And as you say, both Ubers got popped out at the same time, but Fragmented has like a 3-second advantage, I think, 3% advantage, so it's basically nothing. There's going to be a sniper up from She's a Bad Bitch, bruh. I don't know if Sim has it. Sim has the player tags thing working, but that is Talash. Serial aliaser.
Only Flash would make a nickname like that.
Yeah, but both teams, again, they're just going to stalemate and Animate. Don't really want to push too far.
Oh, the big bombing coming in from Ryder though. Yeah, he goes for Ramagan. He does take him down to 33 HP, but very good surfing from Ramagan there to avoid the brunt of that jump right there.
Yeah, very confident as well. Not to pop when he wasn't even looking where the rest of the spam could be. Now Thalash peeks up into that river area, doesn't manage to find any shots though.
Oh, the Uber goes off in lobby for TC though. They're pushing out straight onto Torsen here, but such a milked Uber came out for Fragmented down, and they're just capitalising on it. They take out Kratos, they take out Sparrowdraft. That's the two most important players for TC right now. And they're just trying to point immediate point pressure on this, play off that sort of advantage. But TC doing a noble effort, but it's just too much with just a Demoman in the pocket advantage.
Yeah, well, I don't know the cause of that Uber, whether it was a force or whether it was an aggressive move, but it was not good for them to be in that situation because all of the Animate combo was up on river.
Yeah, pretty much.
Take us through this next mid, Turbo.
Yeah, I see Dr. Phil and Sparrowtrap roughly getting up to the mids at the same time. Dr. Phil's maybe trying to... Actually, no, he's not being unpressured quite. All the action's happening on the left-hand side where TC, but they're just neutralising all these bombs initially coming out from Animate eSports, and now they just flick over to the right-hand side. It kind of makes you wonder what Dr. Phil was doing that entire time. Then it seems like he was just sat by himself, not really contributing to his team.
Yeah, I didn't really see much him really doing anything. I know Ryder got an early pick onto Sparrowdrap, but it didn't seem to matter much as the rest of the TC team were able to pull themselves together and really crush the combo from Animate. But now Animate actually look like they want to make a defense on second as they're getting aggressive. Kratos goes down to really low HP, and actually Ramagan's really far forward here. he's gonna be alright as he stays up on the high ground. Ryder is goes down and Nuki frags Spiral Trap on the ground, but now Animate have overextended. Phil goes down. They've got a player behind them. The Uber just gets popped out. Nuki getting in behind. He's got another kill just running around finding frags. Does eventually go down to Kratos, but they did actually get the force out there. That was really nice. Lippy goes in for the back cap onto last, does get fragged, but Animate defend last, and they get a good force out on second because Fragmented still has his Uber here. As soon as they get respawns, they're going to want to push.
Yeah, the issue right there was Libby decided to go spy very, very early during that push. Maybe to like as soon as they cap out second, maybe they could just like sneak last immediately. But Animate actually went for a force, but during that they kind of blocked the Uber as well. As the Uber comes out for Animate eSports on this lower door here, they're taking obviously advantage of their Uber advantage right now, and they're just getting very easy second. TC give that up quite comfortably. Actually, no, in saying that, they've rotated around. Oh wait, no. They've realised they're a bit late, but they're still going to make the push anyways. They've got their own Uber advantage. Sparrow Drop is very low though, and he's Winko seeing if he can maybe pick him off in between that sort of switching in the Ubers, but it seems Ramagan's not dropping his demo man anytime soon. As Nuki's just flexing his DM skills here, taking out Sparrow Drop and Ed, and now it's just Phil and Fragmented right now. But Libby has gone spy again, opting to kind of leave his team in the dust and leaving them to a 2v2 when he could have just gone soldier and like backed up his team during all this scrappy play. As the fight is still going on in this lobby, now Flash joins in, picks up 2 kills, but now Nuki just kind of just realised, what's going on guys? Can you not make any kills without me? And just comes in and kills, defends the team.
Yeah, like Ramagan and Dalash ran away up the choke, leaving Lippy, who was still on spy, behind to fight the combo from Animate. Lippy stayed alive forever, letting Dalash go take his medic back to choke, then get all the way back to combo, and then they kill Fragmented. It's just like, what is going on with the Animate combo? They're just really confused, and then spent like 20 seconds trying to kill a spy.
Yeah,
who was pistoling down the, revolvering down the Fragmented there as well. But oh well, Animate, they end up defending last. The Uber's going to come in, it's going to be a double scout, go straight onto the point. The sticks do pop, but it's not going to be enough. The Lash survives his scout partner Ed and does cap the point out there. It's going to bring us to 1-1 with 22 minutes left. And what different things do you want to see happen on this mid solo?
I just want to maybe see a different sort of rollout altogether coming out from Phil. This left-hand side hasn't really been working out for him. Maybe if he goes from the big door, maybe he can kind of put on a lot of that early pressure with his team right now. As he's kind of cut off, it's just Phil and Fragmented in their own little corner, whilst the flank team of Animate eSports are kind of doing all the work here. But TC are remaining somewhat healthy, and they've still got some players up, and they're now just trying to pincer them in onto the point right now. But they're doing a good job, Animate eSports, of just standing their ground, and they will have that the spawn advantage coming in for them eventually. But the frags do come through TC's way. But how much is it going to work in the end? That respawn advantage can really pay dividends.
I was just watching Ramagan hit like 6 arrows in a row on his pocket there to keep him alive for so long during that fight, and he's still alive now. And they have an Uber, and like they're gonna just get aggressive, go straight in, force out the Uber early on, force the multi as well from Fragmented. Should they stay in here? I think they are gonna. Yeah, they're gonna trap out the pocket, try and frag him first. Uber actually fades first for Red, even though it was a multi out for Animate. They're coming straight in again. Kratos just
straight
super aggressive.
Oh wait, no, he switches to Torsen, but Torsen takes him out with a very nice air rocket right there. Ed Trap comes in through the choke to kind of support his team here, and now they've just realised the dire mistakes they've done, and now they just need to back off with their numbers as advantage and give up the mid to Animate eSport.
Yeah, Nuki picked up that sniper rifle, but isn't going to be finding anything at the moment. But now that they have mid, he can really abuse those sightlines and stop TC from coming back in. Ramagan does have an advantage though. Fragmented did go down during that fight. Although they got middle from it, it still puts them in a dangerous position. But with Nuki picking up that sniper rifle, it's going to be hard for TC to get in and not force and not force really early.
Yeah, I think Kratos there was just trying to fake off Animate eSports there, kind of showing, no, I'm going to back out, no, actually I'm going to go in, and then maybe catch him off guard. But they was pretty well prepared for that, kind of neutralising them early in. As they go for a drop down push TC, they have to use now because of all the sheer spam coming out from Dr. Phil here. And they just back out as soon as possible. They only lose Ryder during all that. Maybe they can make a rotation around Big Door. They've got the crits. They've launched the crits right now, seeing if they can get any picks off onto the point, but the crits just doesn't reach them. It's just too far for Dr. Phil to hit. And now it's just going tatters all over the place. They're trying to push into second now with just the demo man. He is getting challenged by Winko here, but they've also got some flank play going off with Ed here as well. He does take out Dr. Phil, but he does get cleaned up eventually. And now Ramagan realises that it's just getting a bit too scrappy for his liking. And those respawners from Animate eSports can come in eventually and bite him in the ass. And he has just got a demo man to protect him. Not the most stable.
The crits from Dr. Phil there came in from Big Doors, and the red combo was already in on second, so he didn't get anything done, and then he saves it right at the last second with a really long range sticky to take out Kratos, leaving Ramagan and Spyrodrap alone on second there. So that was good from him. Spyrodrap's going to drop as he comes in through the Big Doors to a headshot from Nuki. The Uber gets soloed onto Kratos and now switches onto a little bit onto Ed. Ed's going to try and get aggressive onto the combo of onto the blue combo. He's actually going to frag Phil, but the crits again comes out behind, gonna take down Ramagan and the Lash as well. So TC gets sandwiched completely by the demo and scout in lobby, and then the crit soldier behind them. So they've just got a couple of respawns now. Okay, so no, Lippy's stuck up in the attic, taking a lot of spam, taking the sniper shots, but Animate holds second for the moment and look to be pretty strong position to do it. As wait, no, Fragmented went down there at the end somewhere, or did he? He must have done. Don't know how. Didn't see him go down, but oh well. Maybe Lippy fragged him.
Yeah, Libby fragged him during that. Basically what happened there was bad decision making coming out from TC, and even worse luck for TC as well, as Spyrodrap gets dropped in that immediately, and then they decided with the Uber to actually attack the flank instead of attacking the Crits medic, who was just almost putty in the hands of an Uber. But no, they decided to just try and take out Dr. Phil as well, and they have to dedicate so much time to that. And when they did come out, the crits just finally met them and destroyed them.
Yeah,
but Libby picked up, during all the chaos, he picked up the medic, so that was good. As the second another Uber comes in now, Spyrodrap making a very nice job picking off Torso right there. Maybe they'll carry on with this, but now they've got player advantage. They forced the Uber out, sort of thing, but you need to worry that they're committing too much for this now, and that's exactly what's happening right now. With players going down left, right and centre for TC. And Fragmented is still alive during all this. Maybe Libby can just pick him off, he does. And we've got Flash making quite the impact on mid though. It's very segregated, this fight. This fight's going off in second, but also going off in mid.
Yeah, I was just watching Ryder's point of view. He was stood up on the light on middle, just waiting for what seemed like forever for the Uber to fade for Ramagan, and then finally to come in and frag Ramagan just as they were exiting through the enemy choke. But now TC, they do hold on to middle. They have got the Uber advantage. I say that. I think he should. No, it is an Uber, so they've got a huge advantage for Ramagan. And they're actually going to try and get in here. They lose Ed on the flanks to the Denman sticks, and they're going to get him free from this choke. But it's only the three of them, but versus well 5 and a sniper.
Oh right, jumps in now to Ramagan.
It's going to be a good aggression from him. He's going to try and take Ramagan. He does manage to get it. Nuki coming in to assist. Winko's going to get counter-fragged by the sniper of the Lash, but Animate just collapsed onto the combo there. That was really nice play, Turbo.
Yeah, they were literally cornered right there, and there was just no place for Ramagan to go. He was initially aiming for a surfer, then when he just spotted the scout, he kind of realised, oh, this is over, I'm dead. Anyway, this just earns Animate eSports a very easy middle cap now. But Ramagan still has the Uber advantage because Fragmentic still goes down during all the chaos of that. We're going to see some very high medic deaths, I think, by the end of this map.
Yeah, absolutely. Both medics failing to stay alive through a majority of fights. But with 15 minutes left in this map, or 15 and a half minutes left in this map, it was with it still being 1-1. Would you have expected it at this point, Turbo?
Oh yeah, of course. Gullywash is always known for possibly slowing down the game when you really want to. That last push can be really difficult for some teams, especially if both teams are more of a defensive sort of team than the aggressive sort of team. Anyway.
Well, you're talking about a last push. They haven't pushed last in like 10 minutes.
I'm just talking about. There's not many.
Failing to push second. Both teams.
I'm just saying, not many rounds can really be finished off, and of course it's just going to stick to these 1-1 score lines. But it has been very back and forth. I won't I guess it's not really the direct issue. As they try to make a big play onto the big door here, they actually do pick off a few of the flank players from TC now, but they've got the combo rotating round. But they're all very low now, the combo players, especially Sparrow Trap. And most of this Uber has to be focused on him just to make sure he doesn't get taken down just during the multi. And during all this time, Animate eSports have just correctly positioned themselves, ready for that Uber to turn off, and it just lands them the easy second again.
Yeah, they thought they had it. They thought they had it really well there because Dalash sniped Dr. Phil on entry, but the soldier combo of Torsten and Ryder really crushed the combo of TC there. So TC, they're backed up to the last. We finally get to see a last push for what seems like forever. They've been leapfrogging middle for a long time now, but we finally get to see a last push again, and I don't quite know where they're going to come in from. I think, because Fragmented has a disadvantage, once again he's building a lot slower than Ramagan. So Ramagan's going to have this in time. They're probably going to send Suicide in to try and force Ramagan. Would you think?
Yeah, they're just doing that right now. They're buffing up Ryder, and he's taking his time. He's going in for the big jump now, but he gets actually sniped it out in midair. They still decide to go with the push anyways, but the Uber comes out for both teams. There's a bit of point pressure coming in from Winko there. That panics TC slightly, and they can't really make a good, solid push with their tiny Uber advantage. From that milk tubers. They actually tried to go back. Oh wait, no, Nuki's just poking here and there, just thinking the entire team. But no, his team is all the way back at choke, and it's just Nuki kind of pushing back TC by himself.
Yeah, I think the fact that they were so committed to that jump, I thought they were just going to suicide Ryder in there, but they were going to go with him and Uber him, but he just got completely destroyed in midair by some nice headshots from, nice headshot, should I say, from Dalash. So.
No.
Do you think they were right to commit to that?
I think they were just very trusting in Ryder. They just thought he would at least get the force out, or maybe even possibly drop it. And if we immediately follow up, we'll probably get a really good exchange from that. And if worst comes to worst, they can always just back out.
Okay, fair enough.
So it wasn't the riskiest Uber ever, but it wasn't the most opportunist either. It's just, I think it's very healthy, just kind of a plan that they can initiate at any point. As Ryder goes in for another jump on Ramagan, but Ramagan's just not proving easy bait for Ryder right now. And he gets sniped again by Flash. What?
Yeah, I saw that. He had 5 health as well, so it was like the most pointless headshot ever. But TC, what am I saying? Winko used to be on TC. I'm getting confused now. But Animate, should I say, have picked up that heavy. It's gonna be aggressive jump from Lippy. He goes, yeah. He went in through lobby and went right round the back. But now the Uber's actually in such a terrible position. They're suiciding in the demo of Dr. Phil onto Ramagan to try and get that force. He does get it, and hopefully the combo from Animate is backed out with that heavy. It's gonna be tough for TC to push out.
Yeah, just maybe Ramagan may be a bit greedy there, thinking he could survive the onslaught of that close Uber. But maybe they should have had just the plan just to go straight in with that Uber as soon as they were forced. As we have a little scrappy play coming out in these lobby areas. Maybe they're just poking and podding, seeing if they get whatever picks to kind of push make a push off the back of this. But all the players are roughly low. Some of them caught out position. Winko mowing down the scout here, caught out in the main lobby, but he does get punished by Kratos here. But this just leaves TC to again go back to last.
Yeah, but they've got a 30% advantage this time. This is the first time we see them pushing last with an advantage rather than using that Uber to get in and try and force it. And they're going to come straight in through lower, get straight onto that top right, trying to do as much damage as possible to the demo. Ramagan's going to tank the sticks though, leaving Sparrowtrap still alive on full health, but it doesn't matter because they just play point as soon as that medic goes down. And, well, that's the second point up for Animate. TC have got to get 4 rounds completely cleanly to tie in with your prediction here, Turbo.
It's still possible, man. Anything can happen in 10 minutes, you'll see.
Absolutely, especially on Gullywash, the round with the quickest possible rounds in the map, with the quickest possible rounds in game. As we come up to our 4th middle, it's nothing much is happening so far. But if a passive middle in jumps Ryder, trying to get aggressive onto Ramagan, and he is going to take him out. So TC crumble. They lose 2 more as Sparrowtrap and Dalash go down as well. But Fragmented gets picked up by the flanks, and now it's a 3-on-2 versus TC. They pull it back a little bit. They get in and they fight the middle. Now Torsten's in behind. He's going to take down Kratos, but he's the only one left alive right now. And he's just getting pistoled from across the other side of mid by the scouts, and he is eventually going to get picked up by Lippy. So TC, they lose their medic initially, but then pull it back with some good flank work there on that middle.
Yeah, it looks really bad for TC right there, losing the medic straight off the bat. But Lippy had a plan right from the get-go to go up that drop down and take out Fragmented himself. And when it was evened out, it just went into DM battles, and you can see that TC just won that DM battle.
Yeah, absolutely, and they're going to keep pushing. They're going to get aggressive now as they come in through choke. They don't have an advantage, but they just want to try and force Animate out, but Animate aren't giving them the space. Yeah, Phil with the nice sticky trap going to pick up the Spider Trap, and now Animate, they lose a couple of players as they're trying to get aggressive. They're going to pick up a few more though. Can they even get this scout through the choke? No, he manages to escape with his life, and now the Lash comes in from behind. Going to pick up Torsen. Does get pistol down though. Where did the medic be fragmented? He does manage to survive. Now TC, what are they doing? They're sending more players in through choke into the combo of Animate, but what are they doing? They want to keep fighting, but they're just going in one by one.
Yeah, this is very risky play coming out from TC. They see that some of their players go down, and they still opt to go back in, kind of make up for some of their failures from before. It was just really strange. Like Sparrow Trap was like the forward force of TC right there, but he just took the brunt of it because he's just a demo man without an Uber. He really needed his soldiers to kind of jump in and make some space for him, and take some of those Animate eSports eyes off during that fight.
Yeah, well, TC have picked up the sniper, the Lash once again, picking up that rifle, so they think it's going to be aggressive. Lippy somehow in behind just completely pulls the entire team of Animate back, and the sniper forces out Fragmented here. Torsen gets disconnected from his medic and dies completely. Ramagan has got this Uber in the bag at the moment.
Them. Oh, but they've got the Uber to protect themselves. That flank was all quite useless against the Uber right there.
I think both teams flank suicided against the opponent's Uber. So both teams throwing a little bit. There's going to be a soldier jumping in onto Ramagan, onto that second point. It's going to miss the second and third rocket though, so Ryder isn't able to frag Ramagan there. Ramagan only took about 50 damage and was able to just dodge the other two. And now Winko's actually picked up the Engineer and Nookie on the Pyro, so they're looking to really defend Last with a strong defensive presence here.
Yeah, you can't go wrong with a sentry gun on Last. If you just build up the sentry, you can just stay in spawn, and the second it goes down, whoop, goes straight to another class and contribute to your team in another way, whether that's a heavy chaotic pyro or maybe like just your good old scout.
Yeah, and well, we see a little bit of a stalemate once again, as of course you say, Gullywash. Last is a bad defense. Ryder jumps in, tries to get on. Oh, sorry, Lippy jumps in. Sorry, I'm getting the wrong teams mixed up. Lippy jumps in, tries to get onto Ramagan, but isn't going to be able to do anything as he gets shot away by the sentry. Nookie gets what? Did he just destroy Kratos there?
Yeah, Ryder kind of jumped onto his head, and during all that chaos, Nookie also reflected a rocket onto him, but interrupted by Ramagan and the Sparrow Trap just kind of going straight through water there. During all that distraction, whilst Nookie was celebrating his reflect kill, he didn't notice that Sparrow Trap just stickied up the point and just stood on it. And at that point, what can the team do without Uber?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we're coming up to this fifth middle right now, and Animate a little bit slower. They're going to lose Winko on the initial push, and this is not really good for them as TC now have huge positional advantage. And their medic's actually going to... He backed out and came back all the way up to choke. They're going to lose 2 more, so it's now 3 on 5 as TC are in a really fantastic position. Yeah, just Fragmented didn't even turn up to mid. He turned up to big doors and then rotated all the way back round to choke. Was completely useless on mid, did no healing of his other players, and Animate just severely lose that middle there.
Yeah, I think Fragmented is just paranoid at this point that he might die in mid, and he's just playing so defensively. And what happened there was with Winko just going down immediately, all TC had to do was stand their ground because they knew they had the player advantage and just the superior picking off power. And as the picks just came in one by one from Animate to kind of equalise that out.
Well, once again we see Animate going for the defensive route as they pick up the heavy and the sniper, so no NG or Pyro this time. They're switching it up. Oh, Dr. Phil destroys Lippy in midair with a huge air pipe. I know Sim would have caught that because we do of course have the cheat sheet, but that was fantastic. That was beautiful. I love that.
Yeah, I think the Romans are getting a bit too comfortable with that one particular corner now, just trying to force from that far too many times as the Uber exchanges in Riverside right now. It does get evened out now, but there's both got segregated, Animate eSports and TC, but some players were opting to stay in and some players were opting to back out. kind of makes you wonder if there's any communication problems going on with these teams right now.
Yeah, TC, they have got a soldier in underneath. There's going to be another soldier jumping on. There's a heavy, though, from the respawn. Going to be picked up by Nuki, but he goes down and immediately Animate lose 4 as TC just spiral onto the point. There's going to be 2 up to defend, but they're both so low. The combo coming in from Spiral Trap is just going to put so much damage down at the point. TC cannot lose this, and there we go. They're going to bring us to 3-2, so 4.5 minutes left. There's still got definitely enough time for you to fulfill for them to fulfill your prediction, Turbo, as they only need 2 more rounds, and 4.5 minutes is plenty of time for it. But it's also plenty of time for Animate to come back and get themselves 2 rounds. So this game is still completely up in the air as Animate turn up to this next middle. Turbo takes through it.
Nuki gets, again, immediately shut down, and he even calls out BS into the chat. So mad about that early damage coming out from Spiral Trap at the start of that mid. I think TC have kind of figured out that the scouts are doing a lot of work for Animate right now. If they can neutralise them, they can make a lot of room for each other's team, but on the back of that, Torsten is just trying to keep out Spiral Trap during all this, but he commits too much time in doing that, and he forgets about the entire rest of TC, and with Nuki going down right at the start there, they couldn't even get up onto the ledge as a team to kind of fight TC.
Yeah, that was really nice play. Spiral Trap also going to pick up the rest of the combo, so Ramagan's got 100% advantage as they're going to push straight onto last. Free cap second. Winko picking up the engineer, Nuki picking up the sniper rifle, so those scouts do love their off-class onto this last point.
Oh, they're even going to pick off Ryder in the lower here.
Oh, wow.
Oh, no.
This is not looking good for Animate as TC, where... Did they want to go in lower? Yeah, they're going to run both scouts into lower, run straight for that demo man, try and frag him initially as possible. No, they're just going to go straight for the point. It's dangerous, like, there is a sentry gun of Winko up, but it does immediately go down. Now TC, they're just looking to get a couple more frags and then rush straight that scout onto the point. Yeah, there we go. That's going to bring us to 4-2. 3 minutes left on the clock. I think it's still possible for Animate to get 2 rounds, but they've got to be damn quick and damn perfect to get it.
On the bright side, though, my prediction's looking really good right now. Should have maybe bet some weapons on saloon.tf or something.
Yeah, absolutely.
Rake in that TF2 cash as we go into another middle here. Both team scouts kind of playing it passive this time. No one going up, down in the first few seconds of the game. Actually, Flash getting taken out eventually. Caught out on that right hand sidewise. His entire team was on the floor right there. As TC have opted to kind of go on to Animate eSports' side. And from all the scrappy play of Ed and... I'm trying to think here, Kratos as well. It's just too much for Animate to handle during that mid. And then when they had no ammo and whatnot, the rest of TC just come in with the big buffs and the big fully loaded guns and just mow them down.
Yeah, no, I was just watching Ryder's point of view for that middle. He jumped straight in and then killed himself with his own rockets. So a really useful roaming jump.
He redeemed himself with that very ambitious bomb coming in from Ryder, forcing out Ramagan at that big door. That was a very fancy jump coming in from Ryder, quite creative from him.
He knew I was trash talking him, so he knew he had to pull something back.
Yeah,
but,
go big or go home.
TC are actually going to come in and hold really close up to this right hand side. They're going to initially lose that soldier. He went down to 7 health. Lippy. They try for, I don't know what they were trying for there, but they just sent in him in alone. Also, Ed's going to get picked up underneath. Now Spiral Trap as well. TC, they're just suiciding players onto the point. What are they doing? I suppose they've basically got no time, so they can just stick around now, I guess.
Yeah, I think they comfortably know that they're going to win the round, and I guess it's time for the more extreme tactics. If there was any sort of sense during that push, I think what they were trying to do was distract the enemy team and then have Ed come through water and maybe cap the point. But there was a heavy to meet him there and kind of stop him from doing that.
I want to say, I know we were talking about medic deaths earlier, but Ramagan actually has 103 points right now, so he can't have died for a long time. The Uber comes out of blue, but immediately countered by red. Torsten and Ryder are going to be going down, so Fragmented not going to be able to save them. Nuki also, so this is a 3 for nothing. I say for nothing. The Lash gets picked off right there at the end. There's a demo underneath fighting Kratos. He's going to get hunted down and surely picked off Dr. Phil. Yeah, that's a complete wipe for Animate.
You can do it, TC.
Ramagan has 4 dominations and 106 points, right? He has not died for... He was dying initially quite a lot, but he can't have died for a long time now.
Or 15 more seconds, it can still happen.
There's 3
TC,
on the point. Can they do this? Ryder is just looking to defend, but no one's got any health. They're just desperately trying to cap out the point.
It's up to the scouts.
Don't think it's going to happen. In walks Delash. He's not going to get it in time. That brings us to 4-2 on this first map. That was Gullywash, guys. We're going on to our second map, which is Snake Water. It's week 3, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah, Snake Water. So, yeah, we're going to be seeing what's going to happen on the second map. Can we have a quick look at logs? I think we can.
Yeah.
Talking about logs, a wonderful website. And tell you what else is a wonderful website? Whitelist TF and TF2Pickup.net. Both of those websites are fantastic for any of your TF2 needs. So let's go quickly to the logs and we'll see what we can see.
Yeah, very, very nice shameless plug right there. I'm very
I
proud
try.
of you. Right, I'm gonna just congratulate Ramagan on his century as a medic. It's always nice to get that playing medic. It's almost a guarantee that you've had a very good game as a medic as well. And plus, obviously, 4 dominations doesn't hurt.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't know if Sim's got the logs up on the stream yet, but I'm going to be pasting the link in chat. Sidestep just behind me, unfortunately, according to my screen. But if we look at the logs, top damaging is it's actually pretty close in terms of damage. Dr. Phil top damaging.
But who is
Sparrowdrap completely under all the rest of the soldiers.
Exactly. I think it's more of a question of not who top damage, but who didn't top damage. What's going on with Sparrowdrap right here? He seems to be constantly dropped or going in these almost suicidal positions, and it kind of reflects the game that we were watching as well. He was always the first one in, but also the first one to die.
He's getting a lot of frags though, compared to the well, I say a lot of frags. He's got 3 more than Phil, and he died the exact same time. Okay, yeah.
Well,
he's just playing a very aggressive style of roam, but then the Exxon style of demo. Would you say?
Well, if you throw enough shit at the wall, man, some of it's going to stick. So
fair enough.
I think Exxon pulls it off with just a bit more flair though, and actually tallies off a lot more kills than he does deaths. At least what I've noticed in his last few games. Maybe this has just kind of inspired Sparrowtrap to do the same. He is a bit maybe shaking off some of the rust. He hasn't played somewhat for a little bit since Gunslingers last season, and it was somewhat a recent pickup from TC.
Yeah, I actually, to be honest, I don't know who he is. I've never seen him before.
Sparrowtrap, the Demoman Wonder. He was playing in Gunslingers, the French team, as Demoman. He was pretty competent. I would say he was probably top 2 Demoman that season as well. So a very good pickup coming out from TC.
Yeah.
I think he's a wonderful addition but he's just not really proven himself this game. But I guess it doesn't really matter if your team's doing the work or you're making the right sacrifices for your team.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, if we look at the kills, Delash and Kratos top fragging there, doing a ton of damage between them. So maybe he's just leading them into battle and is the first one to die, but they're just cleaning up nicely there.
The actual tank.
I tell you who's not playing very well at the moment. I'm afraid to say. I don't like calling out players. Actually, I love calling out players. What am I saying? Ed sitting at the bottom of the KD with 14 to 21. Not so good damage. Only out damaging Winko, who was only about 5 DPM behind him. But Ed just not playing as well as everyone else, I guess.
Yeah, Ed is. I guess if there's anyone to pick out from the TC lineup that you kind of, who is this guy and what does he contribute to the team, it probably would be Ed. But he probably brings a lot of other things to his team that we can't see. Things like comms or overall attitude.
Well, he is sort of like the one of the untested ones. He hasn't been in sort of Div 1 Prem before, has he?
No, I think he's only previously played in Div 2, and even then it wasn't absolutely spectacular. Absolutely grand results. He's not exactly a fabulously up-and-coming scout, but he's competent, and somebody has to do those little jobs for TC. And you never know. You could use this as just a stepping stone to really rise up, and he only has room to grow.
Indeed, yeah. Indeed.